Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Pregnancy. Today, I am here with Melissa Frayne, and she is a doula. And she's going to talk to us all about what a doula does and what she does in her work with moms and their partners as they are going through the labor and delivery. And I am just can't wait to hear what you have to say. I think that this is one of the coolest things that is out there for new moms and dads at this point. And so, thank you for joining me here today. And so, why don't you just begin by introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about your work?
Absolutely. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
My name is Melissa. I am a birth doula. I'm a mother of three children. I got into birth work about 5 years ago, and I started with birth photography because I knew I wanted to do something within the birth world. And as I was doing birth photography, I was introduced to what doulas do and was able to see it in action. And I was a young mother, so I didn't know all of the resources available to me. And as I got into like my third pregnancy, I think I remember hearing what a doula was. I knew what a midwife was, but it wasn't really till I saw it in action, and I had a lot of interest in it. So part of my journey was that about 3 years ago, I got trained through DONA International, and went through the doula training. And I've been supporting women for about the last year. COVID made it a little bit difficult for doulas to get into the hospitals and all the restrictions, but we do so much more than just during delivery. So a lot of our work starts during pregnancy.
Yeah. So, what are some examples of things that a doula does to support a mom?
Absolutely. So when a doula is working with a mother and their partner, so we help during the pregnancy. We build that trust and that relationship. We start off by understanding what you really want your birth experience to be like, how you envision your birth. I do a lot of thought work with my clients because I think our thoughts are really powerful.
Right.
So if we are if we want to birth a certain way and have this positive, beautiful experience, it's important for us to kind of imagine what we want it to be.
Right.
So, I provide educational support, physical support, as well as emotional support for my clients, and that really goes right into the labor and delivery room, or the home birth, or the birth center birth. So,
Yeah.
some different things that we can do is, providing different comfort measures for mothers.
So, what would be an example of a comfort measure? What would that look like?
Yeah, absolutely. So, massage, different massage techniques. We can do aromatherapy, hydrotherapy, different positions that feel more comfortable for mothers to birth in. Birth is like a marathon. So one thing might be really great in the beginning, but as labor progresses, we may need to switch things up. So
Right, yeah.
there's different things that we can do to help support mothers in that way.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think it's just so interesting and wonderful that you are able to do this work with moms because, yeah, when you start your labor, you might feel and think one way, but by the time you finish 8 hours later, 12 hours later, you begin to think a little bit differently, and you need someone to kind of get you back on track and help you know what to do to get through those last hours. That is really neat. Um, so, do you go into the labor and delivery room with moms?
Yes, definitely. Depending on the communication that you have previously during like pregnancy with your clients, we kind of set up a time where you feel like you need the support in the labor and delivery room. I can meet you there. Typically, doulas join mothers during like the active labor phase. So
Oh, okay.
the early labor is, usually done typically at home.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on kind of what you want to do and how you want to labor. But yes, definitely in the birthing room, we support you. We support your partner too,
Right, yeah,
because this is an experience for both of you.
absolutely.
And yeah, so we can help support the partner to help with different comfort techniques, different positionings, and help with massage and things like that too.
Hmm. Yeah, that's really cool. I bet that they love just having somebody there that can kind of describe what's going on and also help them know how to support, but also to be supported themselves as they're going through that. Because it can be a very long time for them as well, even though they're not doing all that physical work. There's so much emotional work involved there.
Right.
Huh.
And it's like one of those things, the staff and the providers and the nurses and the doctors are also wonderful. But they have those other patients
Mm-hmm.
potentially. So the doulas are really there for that continuous support
Mm-hmm.
for the mother and the
Right,
partner.
right. And sometimes, I mean, I remember even in my own labor experiences where there would be a shift change and the labor nurse would have to leave and a new person would come in and they, they exchange notes, of course, but it's a new person for you. And so that's really great that you get to be a continuous person throughout that whole time. So, what advice would you have for, let's say, a pregnant mom is watching this and they're thinking, I might like to get a doula? How do you go about finding somebody that you can connect with? And, how do you select the right doula? And where do you find a doula? How do you go about doing that?
Yeah. So the best thing to do really is to interview doulas within your community. Doulamatch.net is a really great website that you can go on to be able to search the doulas in your area.
Mm-hmm.
I believe there's birth doulas as well as postpartum doulas. And some may be in training or just out of training, and some may be
Mm-hmm.
pretty experienced. So you can kind of go through and see who's in your area. You can also talk to your provider. Maybe your hospital has Alyssa doulas or your midwife or birth centers. Um, and then, like I said, I would encourage you to meet with some doulas in your community and really get to know them
Mm-hmm.
because this is a really intimate time for you. It's really special,
Yeah.
and you want to make sure that you feel really comfortable with the doula that you do choose. And I always tell my clients, like, I feel like you can feel it right away if you
Mm-hmm.
just connect with each other. So
Right.
um, you'll know if it's the
Mm-hmm.
right doula for you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I would expect you would know if it's not the right doula, that would be
Absolutely.
very clear to you as well, or would come out. Well, thank you so much for just sharing this little bit about what doulas do. I wish I could just come like, well, there's my dog. Somebody, we live on the end of a dead end street, so if any car comes down here, it's just like we have to welcome them. But anyways, gosh, I lost my train of thought. Cooper distracted me. What was I saying?
I don't know.
Golly.
We were just kind of.
I'm definitely editing that. Um, Gosh, I totally lost my train of thought. Well, I'll just kind of start over with the ending of
Okay.
this thing. Um, thank you so much for sharing with us what doulas do and how new moms can be supported as they are going through the labor and delivery process. And we didn't even talk about postpartum doulas. We'll have to do that maybe another day, because I think that's a really neat support and service that is provided for brand new parents now that really wasn't even around whenever I had my children. It's really a cool thing that has developed over time. Um, but I am going to put a link to a way that you can connect with Melissa in the comments here. Also, in our course, Birth School, we address doulas and what they do and have some guidelines on that, as well as many other things in preparing for a birth and the whole new parent experience. And we'll put all those things in there for you guys to check out. Thank you, Melissa, for joining me today. Thank you for the important work that you do. And I just wish you all the best as you go out. Do you have some clients that are about to go in labor now that you're just kind of waiting for the call?
I do, and I really hope COVID restrictions lift around the area where I'm at. But I do, and it's always great being on call for your clients.
Yeah,
It's always
yeah.
like that 1 a.m. wake up call. That's typically how it is.
Right. It always happens in the middle of the night. Well, it's really cool because you get to see this baby's entry into the world, and then I'm sure that maybe you can kind of check in with them and watch that baby grow and develop, and watch those parents grow and develop as well. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I sure appreciate you being with me here today.
Thank you.